Good morning. Good morning. I am so excited about this paint class that we are going to do, this rock painting class. My name is Brianna Span Lockett. I am from Mississippi. And we're going to go ahead and get started. Just a little bit about me. I am 30 years old, and I just started a paint studio here in Columbus, Mississippi that I am so excited about. This is a little bit of my artwork that I've done. And I'm just going to show you guys a little bit of these that I've done, and we will get started. Okay, so we are going to do Halloween themed rock painting, which is so exciting because Halloween is just around the corner. So for our materials, everybody should have paint, a little water, maybe a paper towel. If you don't have any rocks, you are welcome to use construction paper, but I'm going to be using rocks. So the very first painting that we're going to do is a ghost. So what I want you to do, I want you to take your rock, and if it's a little dirty or if it has any residue on it, I just want you to take a paper towel and just kind of wipe it off. Some of you have probably already cleaned your rocks, but I found my rocks this morning in my driveway. My little girl helped me pick out some rocks this morning. Okay, so we have a clean rock. I went ahead and painted a little bit just to see how the paint will show up. So I'm going to start with white. Start with white. I'm taking my rock and I am painting the entire rock white. Just like that. And I'm painting it very, very thin. I don't want too much paint on this rock, only because I want it to dry rather quickly. I literally just used just a little, let me pull this camera down so you all can see me. I just used just a little bit of paint to cover it completely white. One thing that I have 2 children. My little girl is 9 and my little boy is 5. And we paint rocks quite frequently. We just find random rocks in the driveway and we paint them and we leave them in places for people to find. How exciting would that be to be at a park playing and you find a Halloween rock somewhere? So we've completely covered the white one, and I'm going to sit it to the side to dry. Now, as I'm sitting it to the side to dry, I am grabbing another rock. And this particular rock, I chose this one because, let's see, I have so many rocks. So can you tell that this rock is shaped like a triangle? I have a triangle rock. Now I am cleaning it off just like the other one. Just wiping it off. Getting that rock nice and clean. I'm going to take my brush, dip it in a little water. If you don't have water, that is okay. You can just wipe that white paint off with a paper towel like this. So the reason why I chose this triangle rock is because we are going to paint candy corn. Candy corn is my absolute favorite Halloween candy. I love candy corn because it is so sweet. And candy corn is shaped like triangles. So we are going to paint the very top white. We'll paint the middle orange. And we'll paint the bottom red. Now, I don't have orange on my palette, but I'm going to make orange. Actually, we're going to paint the bottom of the candy corn yellow. So we'll go back through it again. We're going to paint the top white. We'll paint the middle orange. And the bottom will be yellow. So, boys and girls, like I said, I don't have orange. All I have is red, yellow, white, black, and brown. Guess what I'm going to do? I am going to mix this yellow and red to make orange. The more yellow you put into it, the brighter that orange is going to be. The more red you add into it, the darker the orange is going to be. So I'm actually going to put a little bit more yellow in instead of red. Now I have my beautiful orange color. That is such a beautiful color. So now we know that yellow and red makes orange. So I am going back to my triangle rock and I am painting the top of that triangle. I may have to turn it around this way to get it really straight. So the top is white. The next color we're going to use is that orange that we made when we mixed the yellow and red. And we're going to go directly across, just like that, and fill it in. So now I'm feeling like my orange probably should have been a little darker. So I'm going to mix a little bit more red with it to make it stand out. The last color we're going to use, you guys know what that last color is? I told you just a few seconds ago. It's going to be yellow. It's going to be yellow. So we are painting candy corn on these rocks. So we have white, orange, and yellow. So what I'm going to do is sit this rock aside and let it dry just like the white one that we did. So far we have done a white rock. We just completely painted it white. And we're going to turn it into a ghost. And then we have our candy corn. And we're going to let this one dry. And I'm probably going to put a little smiley face. So while those rocks are drying, I'm going to paint one more, and it's going to be a pumpkin. You have to have pumpkins for Halloween, right? What shape is that? We used a triangle for the candy corn. And now we are using this circle for the pumpkin. I actually got this rock out of a rock painting kit. I don't think I could find a perfect circle like this in my driveway, but I did find this one in a rock painting kit. So this rock is going to be completely orange. And I think I'm going to use like a darker orange. Remember we talked about mixing colors? Remember we said that yellow and red makes orange. But if we want that orange to be dark, we mix more red into it. We use more red for a darker orange. Here's my rock. Now this one I didn't have to clean only because it was already clean. It didn't come off the ground. But remember, if your rock if it came straight from outside or on the ground, you want to take that paper towel and wipe it off. Get any dirt or debris off of it. You pick your color and you paint it all orange. So you may see a little bit of red streaks in there. That's okay. I'm going to smooth those out. And when I'm done painting these rocks, I am going to leave them in a park somewhere, or I may go find a walking track. They have a walking track here at our local hospital, and I'm just going to leave them so people will see them and they'll be excited to find them. Okay, so we have the base already done on our rocks. Let's just go back over it again. We have a white one. We have our candy corn. Well, we did white, orange, and yellow. And then we have our pumpkin. We're going to leave these to dry. While they are drying, I have a special surprise. We are going to read a book called Spooky Things. And this book is by Dr. Seuss. It's illustrated by Tom Brannan. And the publisher is Random House. So we're going to read this book, and hopefully you all can see this. I want to make sure the glare isn't messing anything up. So, Dr. Seuss, Spooky Things. Two things. Boo things. Dressing up for you things. Things as cats. Things as bats. Those are some cute little bats. Things with silly pumpkin hats. We're actually painting a pumpkin. Do y'all see those cute little orange pumpkins? We're going to add some green to the top of our rocks and a little jack-o'-lantern face on our rocks as well. Things that growl. Things that howl. Ooh. Can you see them howling away? That's a spooky little house right there. Things that act just like an owl. Those little things are up to so much. They're dressed like owls hanging in a tree. Whoo, whoo, whoo. Can anybody make the owl sound? Clean things. This little thing is cleaning and mopping. Sweeping and mopping. Oh, look at those little shoes. The little brush shoes. Isn't that cute? What if we had brush shoes to clean our floors with? How easy would that be? We'd really get a workout though. Green things. Green things. They look like little cute froggies. Looks like this one jumped off of this one's back. Happy Halloween things. Look at all those gorgeous little outfits. They've got frog outfits. They have skeleton outfits. Things that growl outfits. Happy Halloween things. Again, thank you, Random House, for allowing us to read your book, Dr. Seuss Spooky Things. So we're going to move back to our rocks. And the only thing we have left to do is to add the faces. So this is our little ghost rock. Now to add the face, I'm going to use some black. And I'm literally just going to make 2 ovals for the eyes, 2 ovals, and a circle for the mouth. So I want that ghost to look like he's saying, ooh, so his mouth is going to be in a circle. So I'm going to move this down again so you all can see it. I'm going to make an oval, the best little oval that I can make. That's one eye. That's one eye, and we are making a ghost. So we've already painted the background white. We're making that first eye. Doing another oval here for the other eye. So you want to make those ovals as circular as possible. We really want them to be rounded out on the edges, just like that. But it's completely fine if you can't quite get that oval shape, then you can just do 2 circles. Now they don't have to be perfect because it's a ghost. We have our white background. We sat there and let that dry. Now we put 2 ovals here for the eyes. And our last little shape is going to be a circle here. But we're going to do it a little further down, maybe about right in the middle. It's going to be a circle shape, just like that. How does that little ghost look? When we let this black dry, then I'm going to go back and add a little white into the eyes just to give it a pupil. But right now, it's just going to be a black circle for the mouth, ovals for the eyes, and we have a white background. Going back to our first rock, this candy corn, we were letting it dry because we wanted to put another layer on top of it. And you know, candy corn has 3 colors. Candy corn is white, orange, and what color is that? Yellow, yellow. I'm cleaning my brush out. Just putting another layer, another coat on here. Whenever you add 2 coats of paint, if you let it dry and put another coat on top, then it layers on top. But when the paint is wet, it mixes together. So dry paint layers on top of dry paint, but wet paint mixes together. Remember when we mix the yellow and red together to make orange? You always want to give it time to dry so you can layer on top. And like I told you guys before, when I'm done painting these rocks, I am just going to leave them. I'm going to leave them in a park or on the walking track for people to find because I think it makes people happy when they just find something special that they're not used to seeing. Who normally sees candy corn rocks when they're out working out, walking the streets, or who would normally find a candy corn rock when they're playing on the playground? Nobody, right? So if someone found this rock, it would probably make them so happy. We have our candy corn rock. We have our little ghost. Now our ghost, though that black has dried already. So now I am going to put a little white dot directly into the eyes. Just like that. And that's it. I've got my little orange rock here for my pumpkin. And I'm going to turn this into a jack-o'-lantern face. So the way that I'm doing that is I'm going to use black. So I have an orange rock. I'm going to use black. And I'm going to make a triangle for the eyes. That's one eye. Another triangle. And it's okay if your triangle is not perfect. They don't have to be. This is supposed to be fun. This is not a fine arts class. It's a fun art class. And then I'm going to do a mouth. Then when I did my mouth, the only thing I did was made little squiggly lines. And none of them are the same. I didn't keep them uniform. I did some sharp edges like that. Sharp edge here. And the end of it just kind of looks like a half square. Doesn't that look like a spooky little pumpkin? I'm going to add a little brown up top right here. You don't have to add brown, but you can for the stem of the pumpkin. And boys and girls, I want to add some green leaves up here to the top of this pumpkin. But guess what? I don't have green. Where am I going to get green from if I don't have green? I am going to make green. Who knows how to make green? What two colors can we mix together to make green? If you said blue and yellow, you are right. Let me show you. We're going to mix some blue and yellow to make green. I really want a dark green, so I'm going to use more blue than yellow. So I have my blue here and yellow here. Remember earlier we mixed yellow and red and got orange. So I'm going to take a little yellow and blue, move it to the corner here, and stir, stir, stir until I find green. Uh-oh, isn't that spooky and magical? We just made green with yellow and blue. How awesome is that? And I love that green color. Oh, I love that green color. It's absolutely beautiful. Can you see that? So now that I've made my green, I'm going to add it to my pumpkin rock. And I'm going to just stick it up there like hair, really. Just going to put it right on the top. I'll pull the camera down so you can see it. I'm putting it on both sides of the brown. It's almost like our little pumpkin has green hair. Isn't he cute? I need to give him a name. We are finished with this one. So that's 2 rocks that we have done already. That's 3 that's complete. We did a ghost. We painted it white. We did black ovals for the eyes, a black circle for the mouth. We painted this one orange, added black triangles for the eyes, made a squiggly, funky looking mouth, added some green, and a brown stem in the middle. And my favorite rock, favorite was this cute little candy corn. We could actually do a little play with these. You know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to put a little face on this candy corn. How about that? We could actually pretend and do our own little story with these rocks. So I'm going to add a little face. Doesn't he look happy? Hello, Mr. Candy Corn. What are you gonna be for Halloween? Oh, I'm gonna be a perfect little candy corn. Exactly what I am for Halloween. What are you going to be? I think I'm going to be a pumpkin. Isn't that fun? We can create our own little stories with these little rocks. I absolutely love this. I'm going to let these sit and dry completely for, especially this candy corn. This candy corn is really, really wet, only because I did another layer on it. So I'm going to let it sit there and dry, maybe about 10 minutes, and then I may add another layer of yellow. If you have extra rocks, remember that you can, if you have any extra rocks, remember that you can paint them any random color that you would like. I started painting this one a little while ago, but I didn't finish. It was just going to be yellow, and I was just going to leave it somewhere, just a yellow rock, just to find. My little girl, she is 9, and she painted this rock, and she just put some little hearts on there, and she wrote a little sweet message on the back. Isn't that cute? So even if you only just have one color, let's just say you have one color, you don't have red and yellow to make orange, or you don't have yellow and blue to make green, you can just paint these rocks just any color that you have, and you can just leave them there. Like this one, I'm just going to paint it red just because I like painting rocks. And you can find rocks almost anywhere. You see a nice rock, if it's okay, if you ask mom and dad if it's okay, or ask your teacher if it's okay to get that rock, and you can just paint it. Something new that I wanted to do was I found this little seashell here when I went on a vacation not too long ago. And I brought it back because I wanted to see what would it look like if I painted it. I think I'm going to paint it pink. You can paint all types of things that you find. If you find wood, you can paint wood. You can do shells. You can do rocks. Now that's a cute little pink shell. So that completes our rock painting class. I would love to do this with you all another time. Again, my name is Brianna. I am from Mississippi, Columbus, Mississippi, that is. And I have a little art studio, a little tiny art studio here at my office. And we just come in and we do canvas painting. If you don't know what canvas painting is this. See how big that is? We come in and we paint these. So this is a cute little Halloween painting that we did. I have another one. It's called the Hocus Pocus tree. So that's what I do. I just paint. And if you all would like to do this again, hopefully we can. And that concludes our class.
Thank you, Miss Brianna, and thank you, boys and girls, for joining our rock painting class. I hope you had a lot of fun. Now, for those of you who like to visit the library has a very special giveaway of a rock painting kit. So the first girl or boy or the first family that comes to the library, they must give the secret code, which is painting rocks. If you come to the library and you say painting rocks, you get a free rock painting kit. I hope you girls and boys enjoyed your rock painting class, and thank you, Miss Brianna. Yay! See you next time.